Midnight strikes, credit cards are ready, and Nike flips the switch on the Caitlin Clark logo t-shirt, and within 60 seconds, chaos erupts. The company's website and app are overwhelmed as millions attempt to secure a $40 shirt featuring two interlocking Cs. Reports describe error messages, frozen checkouts, and traffic spikes that pushed infrastructure to its limits. What makes this remarkable isn't just the speed of sell-through, but the scale. Early estimates suggested hundreds of thousands of orders were processed almost immediately. For a global brand accustomed to handling major sneaker launches, this wasn't just another drop. It became one of the most talked-about apparel releases in recent memory, and it centered on a WNBA rookie. Nike had signed Caitlin Clark in April 2024, and for months fans questioned when official merchandise would arrive. When the logo design finally debuted in a late-night release, demand appeared to exceed projections. International traffic surged as well, with interest reported across Europe and Asia. Resale platforms quickly reflected the frenzy, with listings appearing at multiples of retail price within minutes. Before technical slowdowns disrupted purchasing, revenue reportedly climbed into the tens of millions. Analysts noted that if systems had remained fully operational, the launch might have challenged records for first-day apparel sales in the basketball category. The secondary market intensified the spectacle. Shirts were listed on platforms like StockX and eBay at steep markups, drawing comparisons to high-profile sneaker collaborations. Social media amplified everything. On TikTok, videos documenting failed checkouts and successful purchases drew millions of views. On Instagram, feeds filled with screenshots of order confirmations. The moment became larger than merchandise. It became cultural. Internally, Nike reportedly accelerated production, increasing unit orders, and adjusting distribution plans to meet demand that far exceeded initial expectations. By the following trading session, Nike stock saw notable movement, and market analysts began discussing what this launch signaled about women's basketball's commercial ceiling. Comparisons surfaced to historic men's releases from figures like LeBron James and the enduring appeal of Michael Jordan retros. The key difference? This surge was driven by a simple logo tee tied to a WNBA rookie. The broader implication is hard to ignore. Brands may have underestimated the buying power and global reach surrounding today's women's game. If a single apparel drop can generate this level of traffic, resale activity, and investor attention, it raises serious questions about future endorsement strategies, merchandise allocation, and even the next WNBA media rights negotiations. Then October 1st arrived, and this time it wasn't just a t-shirt, it was the full Caitlin Clark collection. Hoodies, shorts, accessories, the complete rollout. If September exposed overwhelming demand, October confirmed it. Nike reportedly implemented lottery-style purchasing systems and stricter limits to manage traffic and deter automated resellers. Analysts later estimated that the Clark logo line generated hundreds of millions in early sales momentum, with projections circulating around the $500 million mark in its opening stretch. To put that into perspective, that figure rivals or exceeds annual revenue estimates for the entire WNBA. For a single athlete's apparel line to move numbers that significant forced both Wall Street and competing brands to pay attention. Nike's quarterly earnings reflected strong performance, and executives referenced women's basketball growth as a meaningful contributor. The ripple effect extended beyond Nike. Industry chatter suggested rival brands like Adidas, Under Armour, Puma, and Reebok were reassessing their women's basketball strategies. The launch also became a pop culture moment. High-profile figures such as LeBron James were seen publicly supporting Clark, amplifying visibility across social platforms. Fashion outlets including Vogue and GQ reportedly covered the phenomenon, framing a sports logo tee as a style statement. Internationally, demand surged across China, Europe, Japan, Australia, and Canada, with some regions implementing lotteries or crowd control measures for in-store releases. As visibility increased, so did counterfeiting concerns, prompting Nike to strengthen authentication measures and collaborate with enforcement agencies to combat fake merchandise circulating globally. The broader implication goes far beyond one successful apparel drop. For decades, major brands approached women's basketball merchandise conservatively, often citing limited market demand. This launch challenged that assumption at scale. Reports of massive site traffic spikes and rapid sellouts signaled that consumer appetite was not only present, it was underserved. The conversation has now shifted from, is there a market, to, how large is the ceiling? That shift affects endorsement negotiations, sponsorship valuations, and the WNBA's upcoming media rights discussions. When networks and advertisers see measurable proof of large-scale consumer engagement, rights fees and investment models change accordingly. What we are witnessing is an acceleration in the commercialization of women's basketball. Nike moved from cautious production estimates to expanded manufacturing within days, a clear sign of recalibration. Whether every reported figure reaches long-term sustainability remains to be seen, but the signal to the marketplace is unmistakable. Caitlin Clark's logo launch did more than sell apparel. It reframed the perceived economic power of the women's game. And if this trajectory continues, it won't just reshape endorsement strategies. It could redefine how brands, broadcasters, and investors evaluate the entire WNBA ecosystem moving forward.